Linda, please. We just want to hear from Teresa right now. You have the floor. Committeewoman, you have the floor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, God.
Linda, please. We need to move on. Linda, please. Come on. Let's move forward. Go ahead. Committeewoman, the floor is yours.
Okay. I understand the concerns. I visited the police dispatch. Did any of you go and visit the police dispatch?
What, in Mama?
Here. No, in town?
I've been there with you.
Right.
When I was on the school board, I was there,
Early
and I
on
had
my
a,
term.
when we put the cameras in,
Oh, I remember.
when we were on the school board and we put the cameras in there, yes.
Good.
I was there. When I first got on the committee, Mr. Chief Pinto gave me a quick tour of the facility. But did I schedule something? No.
No, but you saw it.
Yes.
You understand.
Yes, I have.
Great. Sean?
No.
Sean and I went up to the county.
Yes, we did.
Mawa together, because we weren't at the round table that you had. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? We weren't at the round table that you had with a lot of other people. It is a shame, and in my opinion, that we couldn't have people from the county coming here to represent because of an incident, from what I'm understanding, was not supposed to happen. It was something that was read. I believe it was in correspondence. Am I correct with that, Ms. Kim? And I can't blame them, but they should have been here to counter. I don't think that having the county 911, in my opinion, I didn't see this before. I don't think that was fair. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that was fair. Because if you want to take some tapes, go ahead. What I have to say, and I know people are not going to like this, is that we have to be fiscally responsible. My concern, and I brought this up to the people on the dais, and I brought it up at the county.
Yep.
Is this is a 2.75% for 5 years. And what I brought up is what happens after 5 years. Do they increase it by 12, 15%? We don't know. So what I brought up to the county, what if it's 10 years? Why can't we have it at 10 years if you're going to offer so much? Right? Brought it up there. Did I not?
Yes.
We got a response back. I believe our administrator got a response back about a 10-year program.
Yes.
And we could do that.
Yes.
Okay. Over time, I have grown up in this town. I was on EMS ambulance. And I know people don't want to hear that, but I was. And I watched our dispatchers personally do CPR on a resident who was in the police station before the ambulance could get there and save that man's life. I watched and I heard of a mother running in with a child with something stuck in that child's throat, and they saved that child's life. That was a dispatcher who did that. And I know what Mr. Davidson was saying about how they did, because I do remember that. They didn't want dispatchers in Rochelle Park. They didn't want them because the police officers, am I correct, Mr. Davidson, wanted to run the desk. I remember these things. I've been here a long time. I'm not a politician like people may unfortunately say. I'm a resident for a long time. And I'm going to be honest with you. If there could be somebody sitting there, Chief, is there any way that we can have anyone sitting there if the county takes over? My question.
We have to pay.
I'm sorry?
We have to pay somebody.
We'd have to pay.
Of course.
Okay. So during the day, is there anyone there that could help in case of a situation?
There's nobody monitoring the cameras. They're not sitting behind the desk. Everybody has different obligations and responsibilities throughout the day.
So there's no one that could be there either. I mean, these are a few of the questions when everybody was talking. The support from the police department is tremendous. And I have to back you on a lot of that. And I appreciate everything you do. I really do. But as much as we want to say that, we have to be fiscally responsible too. And I've said this before to people. I think that you have to understand, what was set up here too, is that when you come in and you complain about your taxes, or a plaque, or anything else, you have to be able to understand that
Linda, please.
I cannot have a
Teresa,
conversation.
keep going. You have the floor. You have the floor. Linda,
I can mention whatever I want, Ms. Bonifaz. I'm on
there's
this day, it's
no
not you.
interaction with the public right now.
Okay.
There's no one-to-one interaction with the public right now. Linda,
Get out.
please.
Go. I have to say this. I can't be here, and I don't think this is right.
Teresa, please just
No, I'm going
continue
to
your
sit here,
point.
and I'm not going to say anything more. But if you want to have that here, that's right. That's right.
Let's keep going. Linda, I know you can do this. Let's just listen to Teresa finish her point.
No,
Let's go.
I'm done.
Wait till I don't get my turn.
Get your turn. Go ahead.
No.
I don't care. Because
All
at
right.
this point,
Is there
I feel
anything
like-
else from anybody else?
But I couldn't finish it because I'm constantly
I'm
being
giving you the floor.
disrupted.
You have the floor.
And I'm not going to say anything more, but I understand what everybody's saying here. This is something that you have to look at in both ways. I wish, is there any way we could have the county come and do their side too? Is there any way of speaking to them also as,
They will not come.
they what?
They will not come.
They will not come.
Nope.
And we know this for a fact.
I've spoken to the county myself. I've spoken,
You're not going to get that either.
you're
But,
not going to get that.
so, based on what I'm gathering, this township committee does want to move forward in at least the preparation of the shared service agreement to ultimately vote on at another meeting?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
leave
Sean
this on.
disappeared.
Wait, Sean, hold on a second. I mean, this is,
Any comments?
Yeah, it takes a lot to
so you keep cursing at me? That's all right?
No.
That's okay.
No, that's not okay. But you can't just, you gotta get more than one of these cases on this. It's a
How many
drastic
warnings do we
measure
get?
to remove someone. But she stopped each time that showed up in contact.
Waiting for Sean?
Yeah, just waiting for Mr. Smith to return. Should be very soon. Oh, that's right. I didn't realize that.
This one has it, nothing. Nobody even knows. But you can-
Stop, short term.
I'm 54, I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, Sean, so, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, sorry.
Again, I just want to hear from this township committee, do we want to move forward with the preparation of a shared service agreement?
Yes.
I would like to move forward.
I have not all the information. I don't have all the numbers. I can't agree to something without having everything in front of me.
All right? Again, a lot of those numbers will be formed within the preparation of this shared service agreement, and we're not voting on the shared service agreement right now. We're voting there's the possibility for us to vote to authorize our attorney to prepare a shared service agreement with all those numbers would be laid out, and then that would come to a vote at a later meeting, just for total transparency.
Right, so let me understand this. So if we say yes to the attorney preparing it, he'll get all the other numbers, the radio dispatch numbers.
Absolutely.
The locks for the door, I think that was another thing for the door locks they have to have.
Again, the quote,
These are different things that we only have a general number, which is, what I understand from what I got as an email, which is an estimate at this cost, at this time, right? It's an estimate?
That's the annual cost that we would pay.
I have it as an estimate here, right? Were we told it's approximately, Administrator?
No, the numbers that I gave you for the dispatch of the PSOC are actual numbers.
Okay, then what's the estimated cost that you gave us for?
I don't feel to disclose at this time because, as I mentioned before, it's not related to dispatch services. It's another,
I wasn't talking about that.
okay,
So whatever you're talking about is different. What
No.
I was talking about is this, and we didn't get.
No,
numbers
Committeeman.
on
So-
We did not get numbers on the radio?
The radios are still outstanding, yes.
I believe something about 60,000.
There's a 64,000 one-time CAD payment startup.
Is that an estimate at this time? These are things that
No.
have to be checked out. That's all I'm saying, is let's see what it is. And that, I mean, I don't have a problem with looking into them at all.
Well, that's what this next step would be, to prepare a shared service where everything
Doesn't
would be
mean,
laid out.
doesn't mean it has to say yes or no, it's just to see what
Correct.
everything is laid out.
Correct. All right, so can I have a motion to authorize the township to enter into a shared service agreement with Bergen County for public safety dispatch services through the Public Safety Operations Center, PSOC, and to direct the township attorney to prepare the agreement for approval by the governing body at a later meeting?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
second,
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Tucci?
yes.
Committeewoman George Covello?
I need an explanation, one second, I'm asking the council. Is it just for you to prepare it, or are you saying that we're going forward?
Preparing it.
The way you read it.
We're
so
moving forward by preparing it, but we still have to
We
vote
have
on
a
the shared
final
service.
vote. Okay.
Correct.
Fine, yes.
Committeeman Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chwinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. All right, thank you so much. All right, any correspondence?
No, this is
All right, can I have a motion to adopt the minutes from the following meeting? Closed session, April 8th, 2026, and work session, April 8th, 2026. Do I have a motion?
Motion,
Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Tucci?
yes.
Committeewoman George Covello?
yes.
Committeeman Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chwinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. All right, approval of the agenda. Before we approve the agenda, can I have a motion to add Resolution 138 to approve and award a contract to Joe Burgess Associates to do the master plan for the Township of Rochelle Park for the amount of $72,000. Do I have a motion?
Motion,
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Tucci?
yes.
Committeewoman George Covello?
Yes.
Committeeman Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chwinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. All right, on to reports. Administrator, would you like to start us off?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor and committee. I have a few updates to share the past couple of weeks. I met with Robert Esposito, the Director of Bergen County Community Development, to review grants that were previously awarded to the township and to discuss additional funding opportunity that may be available through the county. This was extremely helpful in making sure that we are aligned on funding and still whatever may be available that we pursue moving forward. In addition to that, I myself, the Shade Tree Commission Chair, the Mayor, and representatives from ShopRite met to discuss potential sustainability initiatives. Some of the ideas included tree planting, creating green space within portions of the parking lot, and opportunities for community events in partnership with ShopRite. We also discussed collaborating on Arbor Day, potential contributions to the township's tree fund, and long-term planning to enhance site while maintaining their operational needs. In addition, I had the opportunity to attend a regional briefing hosted by NJ Transit regarding FIFA World Cup coming up in 2026. The session focused on transportation planning and coordination across agencies. New York, New Jersey region will be hosting 8 matches, including the final at MetLife Stadium with up to 78,000 spectators. There will be no general parking at the stadium, so NJ Transit will be the primary mode of transportation, handling up to 40,000 people per match. They also mentioned that we could expect significant traffic impacts along Route 3, Route 495, the Turnpike, and Lincoln Tunnel, especially before and after games. There'll be more coordination than more than 300 agencies given to MetLife Stadium, which will likely impact our local traffic and operations. We will also continue to stay involved in monitoring planning efforts. Moving on, I've also had the opportunity to meet with the Bank Diner project applicant regarding the redevelopment site. He appreciated the township reaching out and welcomed the visit, where I then went on site to get an idea of what his shared vision was, some of the challenges that he's faced with the project, and now he's eager to move forward as approved with getting things progress. We will continue to stay engaged and support in whatever way that we can. Lastly, I wanted to mention we now have 2 suggestion boxes in place as requested. Both the clerk and I have access to them and are located in front of the entrances near the building department and the library to ensure they are easily accessible for all residents. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Administrator. Committee reports. Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, first up, Access for All is having their ice cream social tomorrow at Carlock Field and Houghton Hall between 6 and 8 p.m. I want to thank the Access for All Committee. They do so much great work, led by Walter. It's always a great, if anybody did the ice cream social last year, they know how much fun it was. So we're really looking forward to it this year. So everybody come out to Carlock tomorrow between 6 and 8. It's going to be a really, really good time. Rec. This Saturday, opening day is at 11 a.m. We are going to have the shade tree, have plant 2 trees, one for America 250, and the other one is for what, Mike? Arbor Day. Arbor Day, obviously. So that's at 10 a.m. So everybody should stick by, go to the 10 a.m. tree planting, stick around for, I feel, is the best event in Rochelle Park, which is opening day. It's at 11, so stick around for that. And then we're going to have a minor league game at 1 and the major league game at 4. So you can spend your whole day at Matthews. And Matthews has just been renovated. So it looks great. We had a game there the other day. It really looks great. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. And the next meeting for Rec will be May 5th. So make sure if you're not a member of Rec and you want to show up and have any ideas, we'd love to hear from you. And America 250, the next meeting will be Tuesday, 4/28. So please show up for that. We're really getting some stuff together. So we really want to see some ideas. The event will be July 4th at the American Legion. And thank you, Dennis. And really looking forward to seeing everybody out there July 4th to celebrate the 250 years of this great country. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Teresa.
Thank you. Okay, so the first thing is here I have the police department's monthly report for March. Motor vehicle crashes were 50. Total police department calls were 1,441. Total summonses of force were 525. Motor vehicle stops were 268. Emergency medical calls 97. Community outreach 17. Fire department responses 17. Phone calls received in Rochelle Park Police Dispatch was 1,593, and the total arrest complaint charges were 5. I also have the police doing a really nice thing, in my opinion, for the senior club through Mr. Casimir, who runs it. The police chief has spoken with him in regards to a program called Car Fit. And Car Fit basically helps seniors fit correctly in the car. Is that the best way of putting it? Unfortunately.
In the most safe position, yes.
I'm sorry?
Put them in the most safe position to receive.
Unfortunately, as you age, sometimes when you get into an accident, bones are a little more brittle, and it depends on where the seat is, how you're positioned, how close to the wheel. So this team actually comes and fits seniors in the car to see if everything works well, and hopefully keeps them a little more safer. This is great. Thank you for teaming up with our senior, Mr. Casimir. There's a meeting tomorrow. Starts at 1 p.m. I also have for the seniors, as a public hearing on needs for older adults, Tuesday, May 12th. And our meeting is the May 13th, so that's why I'm saying this now. It's 8:30 to 11:30, County Administration Building, Bergen 1, 5th floor, public room. And basically, this is a verbal testimony will be accepted, and it's basically talking about the seniors and what the needs they are looking for and what they'd like to speak about for their county. So this is like a senior needs. If there's any questions, I'll bring some, Mr. Casimir, to the meeting tomorrow so people can also see this, to let you know. If you want to put it out on the blast, I can give this to you tonight. The library is having on May 3rd, Sunday, an herb growing workshop. Registration ahead is needed for 13 and up. This program is for. Tomorrow is Kid Craft with tissue paper, and that's the flowers at 4:30. April 27th is Family Board and Game Night, and that's at 6:30. And there's still openings for kids yoga. And that's all I have at this point. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Committeewoman Apiche.
Thank you. For the fire department, they've responded to 29 calls for service in the month of March. On March 10th, around noon, the Rochelle Park Fire Department was dispatched to Route 17 South by East Passaic Street for a vehicle fire. Crews arrived to a fully involved van fire extending to nearby brush. The fire was quickly extinguished, and there was no extension to any of the buildings. On March 18th, just after 11:30 p.m., our fire department was dispatched to Woodland Ave for a report of a truck on fire. The chiefs arrived and found numerous vehicles were well involved in the parking lot of a repair shop. Crews were able to contain and extinguish the fire before it could spread to the nearby buildings. DEP and county hazmat were contacted due to the amount of diesel fuel and other fluids that spilt during the accident. On March 23rd, around 3:30 in the afternoon, our fire department was requested to Route 17 South near Prospect Street for a motor vehicle accident with an overturned vehicle. Upon arrival, the crews found one vehicle accident. All occupants were able to self-extract prior to their arrival. They stood by until the tow company came to upright the vehicle. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Deputy
you.
Mayor.
Thank you. Just what I want to bring up is that a member of the public had addressed or had encountered a interaction with somebody claiming to be from the state regarding surveyors and looking at our drainage on some of the avenues closer to Paramus. And I forwarded the message over to the DPW, and Dave is looking into that, as there was concern about from whoever the state surveyors were, that the drainage basins were not maintained and that they were loaded with leaves and that they needed to be cleaned out and they were point to get out. So it was presented to Superintendent Dave Brown, and he actually said that they have a log of doing that and of maintaining those, but they said it was probably a year ago, but he is going to go out there and address it. So whoever that resident was, just know that that information was passed on. Regarding the building department, there's been several talks with the building department to rectify some ongoing projects in town, which will hopefully get them to a final closure and opening. And I don't have anything else on the school. Thank you. That's it, Mayor.
All righty. Thank you so much. A very short committee report from me, because I was going to say exactly what Mr. Smith said. Ice cream social tomorrow and Arbor Day celebration on Saturday at Matthews Field. We'll be doing the proclamation for autism awareness tomorrow at the ice cream social. I look forward to seeing everybody there, and I appreciate all of our volunteers for showing up for Rochelle Park. Anything from our clerk?
Thank you, Mayor. I know it's a long night. I just have a couple of items here. Let's see. Thank you. Official mail-in ballots for the 2026 primary election have been mailed out to voters with active vote-by-mail requests in Rochelle Park. Only voters with active vote-by-mail requests will receive their ballot within 3 days. So voters who do not receive their ballot within a week should contact the Bergen County Clerk's office to request a duplicate. And the deadline for vote-by-mail applications for this election is May 26th. So if you would like a vote-by-mail ballot, this upcoming primary, the deadline is May 26th, and applications can be found in the clerk's office. Today is also the last day to sign up for the townwide garage sale, which will be held Saturday, April 25th and April 26th from 9 to 4 p.m., and signups can be found on our homepage of the Township website. And just lastly, Mayor, today is Administrative Professionals Day, and I want to thank all of the professionals who keep our township running every single day. Your work does not go unnoticed, and thank yous may not be said often enough, but your efforts are truly recognized and appreciated. And a special thank you, I would be remiss if I didn't thank our Deputy Clerk, Michaela Jonigan. All of you know who she is. She wears many, many hats. We're very happy to have her. She actually just completed her second year in Rochelle Park, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Michaela.
And our staff celebrated today with donuts and Chinese food. So I hope everybody, all the other administrative professionals out there, I hope you also partook in this day. That's all. That's all I have.
Thank you so much. Attorney.
There's no legal matters to report on, but to just follow up with our clerk's report, if you're voting by mail and you're not getting your ballot in the mail 2 weeks before, use the drop boxes. I sit as a commissioner on the Board of Elections, and even though ballots are postmarked 7 days before, they don't get received sometimes until after the deadline when they're supposed to be received by. So, nothing against our postal system, but if you want to guarantee your ballot to get delivered and counted, use the drop boxes, which are picked up daily. They are picked up every day, those drop boxes, and they're very secure, probably more secure than the post office, because there's a camera on them, and the boxes are sealed with a key. You can't get access unless you're from the county office to retrieve the ballots. And the ballots are retrieved by a representative from each political party. So it's a secure way to make sure your ballot gets delivered. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Scatino. Moving right along, any new business? All right, thank you so much. Now it's time for the public hearing for the 2026 Bergen County Trust Fund grant application for Carlock Field improvements. May I have a motion to open this up for public hearing?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Abstention? All right, public hearing is now open. Please state your name and address for the record. Hearing or seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
A second. All in favor? Aye.
Mr. Mayor, he was had trouble getting up. Can you give him a moment?
Yes.
So, is it this one or?
It's about the county grant. What exactly were you planning on doing? I didn't see,
This was the $200,000.
Correct,
I
Carl
don't
Fields.
understand the amount of money, what are you actually doing? What are you applying to do?
Do you want to take it away, Gina? I was just going to say, Mr. Davidson, most of it is, the goal is to repair the turf on the Carlock Field playground. That's been having a lot of issues, so we're hoping that with this open space grant, we could possibly repair that.
No, you have to put what it is you're looking to do the project.
Yeah.
That's all.
Note for next time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. It's time to adopt some ordinance. We have two ordinances for adoption this evening. Ordinance number 1265-26, bond ordinance for road and drainage improvements for Hoffman Avenue, and ordinance 1266-26, 2026 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget cost of living allowance and establish a cap bank. May I have a motion to open this to the public for any questions regarding these ordinances?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Public hearing is now open. Please state your name and address for the record. Seeing or hearing no one, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make the motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, it's time for my favorite part of the township meeting. Oh, yeah, we got to adopt. I got ahead of myself. Yeah. Can I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 1265-26?
Motion.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
A roll call, please.
Committeewoman Ortici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Committeeman Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chalinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. All right. Ordinance number 1266-26. May I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Ortici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Committeeman Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chalinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. All right, thank you so much. May I have a motion to open public comment?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Public comments now open. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 5 minutes, and you're limited to one speaking opportunity.
Andrew Matson, 14 Eldorado Court. Committeeman Trowinski, you mentioned the leaves in the sewers to clean out. I know I've heard Dave talk about that with the yearly flooding meeting, and I'm always like worried, like, are we doing this enough? But it's just another one of these things where you balance how much money do we have, how many DPW workers can we hire, how often can we clean these out? And on another note, I do think something happened tonight that's very important, and a lot of people left, sadly, but the hiring of a planner for the master plan so that we can move forward with that. I think the early 90s is the last time it was done. And so a lot of the problems we're having in this town is because we don't have a proper master plan to deal with nuisance businesses, having businesses that will bring more sustainable tax bases with them, and just properly to grow the town. And I don't think this has been addressed in the past by people that ran for the township committee. So I'm really proud that you guys are taking this on, and even the meeting tonight, there was a lot of headwinds, and you guys handled it very well. The air conditioning kicked on even, and I know it's really hot in here. And it's just always the same theme. It's like, where's the money? How are we going to do this with less money than we did the year before? Or there's less cannabis money coming in. There's all this constant theme of less, and the residents want more and more services. So I really appreciate you guys getting the planner so we can move forward with the master plan, because without that, we really can't move the town forward in a better direction. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm going to change the subject for you guys.
Please just state your name for the record.
Sure. Jody Goffredo, Oakland, New Jersey.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Jody Goffredo, and I'm here this evening representing Justice for Tara Michelle Galpo, as well as more than 1,800 individuals who continue to love, support, and deeply miss Tara. I'm sorry, this is hard. I come before you to share Tara's story and to respectfully request your support on several important matters. Tara Michelle Galpo, a resident of Rochelle Park, thanks, Sean, was just 17 years old and 9 months pregnant with her daughter Brittany when she was tragically murdered on August 24, 1994, by her boyfriend James Stewart of Maywood. At that time, state law did not recognize unborn children as victims, and as a result, Brittany, who was in the birth canal when she was murdered, was never acknowledged in the charges brought against him. The crime itself was both brutal and unimaginable. Mr. Stewart took Tara to a pre-dug grave near the railroad tracks behind the Route 17 and Central Avenue overpass. That's Rochelle Park. He broke her neck, placed her in the grave, and upon realizing she was still alive, struck her in the head with a shovel before burying her. Both Tara and her unborn daughter lost their lives that day. When Tara failed to appear for work at Casimir's Pet Shop, her family immediately knew something was wrong. Tara was devoted to her animals and her responsibilities and would never have left them. This was entirely out of character. A missing persons report was filed. I believe Dean was working that day. And friends and family mobilized quickly, distributing flyers throughout the community. Disgustingly, the individual responsible for her death and disappearance participated in the missing person search right next to me and Kim and all my friends. Before ultimately confessing to law enforcement and leading them to Tara and Brittany's burial site on August 27, 1994. That's 3 days after he murdered our friend Tara. In the days that followed, Tara's family was faced with the unimaginable task of mourning both Tara and the daughter she never had the chance to raise. James Stewart was convicted of murder and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. Today, he is eligible for parole. This is why I stand before you. I'm sitting before you tonight. The Gaffel family has deep roots in this community. In fact, 65 years plus of living in Rochelle Park. They have lived here for decades, raised their children here, and contributed meaningfully to Rochelle Park. Tara herself attended Midland School from kindergarten through 8th grade and later went on to Bergen Tech. She was known for her kindness, her love for animals, and her dream of becoming a hairstylist. She was a loyal friend. She was my best friend. And many others. A bright presence. She dated my twin brother for a little bit. And someone who left a lasting impression on everyone she met. Tara knew Rochelle Park as her home. It was where she grew up, and it is where she likely would have raised her daughter, Brittany. Brittany would be 32 years old today. We have gathered over 1,800 signatures from individuals who are asking that a man responsible for this crime remain incarcerated. We are asking for your support in ensuring that justice continues to be upheld. If Mr. Stewart is released, it is entirely possible, he will return to this area. He's a child murderer, a baby murderer. This is the only place he's known. The impact of that possibility on Tara's family, friends, and this community cannot be overstated. Therefore, I respectfully ask that the mayor and council consider submitting a formal letter to the parole board opposing his release. Additionally, I ask that you consider honoring Tara's memory in a meaningful way. The town has never done this, so I'm asking you. This could include naming the Central Avenue overpass in her honor, designating a street in her name, or issuing a proclamation recognizing the month of August as a time of remembrance for Tara. The Gaffo family is an integral part of this community. Their loss is one that continues to be felt by many, even decades later. Recognizing Tara in this way would not only honor her life, but you would show the family that you care, that you still remember, and you don't want this to ever happen again. And also affirm this community's commitment to remembrance, justice, and compassion. Thank you for your time, your consideration, and your services, community. I know it's a difficult job. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I don't like this whole sitting down thing. I like standing up. Hi, everyone. Michael Warren, 181 West Older Street. Couple of things for public comment. One is I had the opportunity on spring break to come and to the office and see Gina and Michaela and Samantha for a couple of things, and working with Michaela on a couple items. So she's great. I think she's doing a great job, and so is Gina and Samantha. So happy Administrator Day, whatever it is. For Arbor Day, it looks like it's going to be a little rainy, so I would expect a quick event. I also want to mention that Columbia Bank donated a magnolia tree to Rochelle Park, which is going to be planted, or I know Dave is working on it, where the Essex Street welcome sign is, where the benches are by kind of the water there. So I wanted to acknowledge Columbia Bank. They did donate a tree for us here. I'm looking forward to the ice cream social. I want to make a comment about tonight, a couple things. One is, should I be concerned? I think there's a pattern of employees that keep referring to my freedom of speech public comments and invoking them in an antagonistic way. I don't know why Lieutenant Bermudez thought bringing up the ambulance corps vote that I mentioned to you would have made any difference. I know Lieutenant Bermudez when he was a sergeant, which is kind of why I called him sergeant. I'm a volunteer and a resident in this town, and I'm just starting to notice a pattern. For Officer Monaco to insinuate that I made a comment behind him, never happened. I just want to make sure you understand that police officers have authority and power that they can assert. So I want to make sure that I shouldn't be concerned. All these officers here, spoke with most of them at the October bagel shop event they did, all about their health insurance. Michael, you have the teacher insurance. My wife's a teacher. Is it good? Is it bad? How is it? I had to save money. The cost is astronomical. All of my public and private statements about our police force have been positive beyond. So I don't want to be used as a tool because I made a comment about an experience I had, very similar to the one tonight you had. Very similar. And Linda can tell you, and Mr. Davidson can tell you. And I just want to say, you guys are doing a very hard job. And no one will say thank you. At all. And when you knock on doors this year, again, when people say, I want this in my town, my friend has this in their town, and we can't give it to them, because we all know our budget is very tight. This is about affordability. It's not personal, for me at least. I've had to learn how to not make things personal when it comes to these things. I respect every Rochelle Park police officer and dispatcher, and so does my husband. And I don't feel like they respect me as a resident, the two that spoke, not the other ones. I have a right to say these things. I have a right to tell you what my experience was. And they also have a right to share what they want to say too. And good for them. Good for them. That's their right, and they're doing what they have to do. They have an interest in this as well. And I will always stand behind that. I just don't understand why I think there's a pattern forming when I am the only resident that any of the officers mentioned by name. It's happened before. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, Bob Davidson, Lexington Avenue. I don't want to forget this. I know I've been to several meetings over the last year, and I just want to, first of all, just want to thank the mayor and the clerk for opening up the building last Monday for the residents to be able to come here and watch the presentation from the state about the project on Route 80 and the sound barriers. It's something that we've been fighting for many, many years. So I just wanted to thank you, and I appreciated your help also, because we actually were able to communicate with the state reference to this whole issue. So the biggest thing is, if you know anybody that received one of the letters, there was only 49 that went out to the residents of this community. Please make sure you respond. This is the last chance we're going to get in order for us to be able to get these these sound barriers in here, and it affects a heck of a lot more than just 49 residents. I would like, just for a minute, if I could, to speak about the issue with Mr. Warren and the ambulance corps. And again, believe me, I sat up there, just like you people are tonight, and I was the brunt of most of the meeting reference to the ambulance corps. And it wasn't an easy decision for us to make. But quite frankly, at the time, we did not have the volunteers anymore to support the ambulance corps. We had to do something. I spoke to the police chief numerous times, asked him, because he would come to me saying that he had a problem. I said, give me something in writing so I can do something with it. He did do that. Once he did, it was now in my hands. As soon as that happened, came to the Township Committee. We spoke about the situation that we had, and the town decided to proceed with doing what they had to do with the ambulance corps at that time. And quite honestly, that was, so again, talking about a life or death situation, there were times when we were literally half hour trying to get an ambulance to come to a home where somebody's having a heart attack. Just to give you some kind of an idea of what was happening back then. So that was something that we had to do. We sat here until 1 o'clock in the morning, just so you all know, for any of you, because I don't think there's many people on. I don't think anybody here was at that meeting. But anyways, you might have. I'm not really sure. But the whole thing is that it's not an easy thing that you have to do. But the whole point of the matter is you do the right thing. So I just wanted to make sure that I hopefully straightened that situation out. Did I get it right? So, I mean, it was a difficult time. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson, and thank you for bringing up the Route 80 sound barrier. Ms. Carpio, so one, residents got a letter from DOT. Then Ms. Carpio, with the support of the clerk's office, also put out another letter reminder to the residents, and there was a notification on our website with the Zoom sort of hearing about it. And it seems like the residents that were contacted are very well engaged and well informed on the subject, and it sounds like they have been putting those votes forward, sending those in to vote yes on the sound barrier. So that's great news. Thank you for bringing that up.
It does feel weird.
Fantastic.
It's probably working, it's probably just.
Well, now that we're here. You want me to wait? At this point, I'm staying. Okay, Diane Verhassel, Forest Place. The first thing I want to do is just give a report. The Welcoming Committee assembled and distributed over 43 Welcome to Rochelle Park bags. That's a lot of people, or a lot of homes, I should say, that within a couple of months, people that have moved to Rochelle Park. I want to thank Michaela and Gina for their help with assembling all the copies and everything we needed. And Annie Feinroth, who has supplied the addresses to me for our news residents. And our committee who helped fill and distribute the bags, Tina, Michael, Chris, Teresa, Lou, and Linda. Some responses from some of the new residents have been quite positive, so we're obviously going to continue doing that. Something I wanted to bring up that I had mentioned several years ago, but it was very obvious tonight and another night. Whenever there's a game at Carlock Field, Chestnut on both sides of the street, you cannot get down and go up. It's very dangerous. Tonight, a child almost got hit. This has been a concern of mine. Your parents park on both sides of the street, whether it's a car coming up or a car going down Chestnut, you can't have two at a time. A parent not parked by Carlock side, but in the opposite street, called their child to come run across the street. The car coming up, very close to hitting the child. And it was not the driver's fault. You can't see when you come up. And I will again just ask the committee to think about, it's not every night, I know that, but maybe from like 4 to 8, we only have parking on one side of the street.
Many towns do this for certain time periods. And I realize that the residents that live on the one side can't park in front of their house. You're talking a few hours. It's a matter of safety. The child tonight that almost got hit, I don't want to wait till the child does get hit. You know, if the parents only park on the field side, then at least the kids are walking, you know, the parents are right there. When they tell them to cross the street, it's an accident waiting to happen. So it's just something I would ask you guys to consider. One last question. I know several months ago you talked about how you were advertising for a full-time construction building engineer. I was just wondering if there's ongoing applicants or interviews or where that is right now?
That's a great question. Based on our current structure, we're probably going to leave as is. Also, there's a hiring freeze right now.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to leave as is, and I think the building department has made a lot of progress, and we're seeing a lot of great numbers, even from the tickets they've been issuing, and so we're going to leave it as is for now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have a couple of questions. Jim DePretta, Police Captain. How much does the council anticipate each taxpayer saving on their tax bill with a shared services agreement with the PSOC? How much do you anticipate each tax bill going down for each taxpayer by entering into this shared service?
So the numbers that we had on the board earlier was $180,000 minimum a year. And
But each taxpayer, how much will each taxpayer
I don't
save?
have those numbers off the top of my head.
And the reason I bring that up is I made the analogy today, and I was recently fighting with FiOS over my tax bill, and they wanted to lower my bill $5, and I was going to lose HBO, Yes Network, ESPN. It wasn't worth it. And all we're saying is that these reductions, we're not denying there may be a reduction. It's not going to be worth it. That's my first question. My second question, why is it that emergency services is the first avenue for shared services? There's many ways to share services. I know you're probably looking into other things behind the scenes, but it's the first one that's made an agenda, the first one that's made a meeting. Why emergency services first?
It's a great question. Basically, as you mentioned, we've actually exhausted a lot of shared service opportunities. Obviously, there's still more, but this is one that the county has been offering and that other towns have been taking on. So we did the research, and that's really where it came from. It's just that the county's really been advertising it, and we all took that trip down to Mawa, and we've been doing research, and that's really where it's coming from. It's not a knock on the police department. It's not a knock on dispatchers. It's not a knock on emergency services. It's about looking into opportunities, and that one was available, and that's where that started.
One last question. We talk about knocking on doors and asking the residents what they want. Has there ever been talk about adding this to a referendum, to letting the residents vote to decide whether or not they want this for their township?
So a very interesting point. It's a good point. I haven't personally heard that request from a resident.
Okay. But when you knocked on doors, did they request shared services with the dispatchers?
Yeah, shared services is definitely something that comes up in a lot of conversations with residents.
Lowering taxes.
And lowering taxes and lowering costs. Thank you so much, Mr. DePretta.
Let's see if it works. Okay, Linda Boniface, 33 Parkway. I have here in my hand the budget, and from sitting on the council for 6 years, I pretty well know how to read it. And I'm not going to deny this. The police reached out to me and explained to me more things. You guys sit between a rock and a hard place. I was all for the shared services. But when I listened to the police officers and some other dispatchers, but I've called dispatch and it was like an inconvenience to the person answering the phone. And I get it, you're sitting there 12 hours a day and the phone don't ring for 3 hours and then it rings. This budget is hurting bad. There's less money in the building department revenues. There's less money in cannabis. There's more money in benefits. There's more money in the pension. There's more, and the pilot, that did nothing to help this town at all right now. I get along with most police officers, except the chief. No. How about, I'm going to just point some things I see. People who did renovations in their house, when they got the appraisal, their appraisals were huge because nobody was looking at their taxes or seeing that it had an increase from their home renovations. So now we've got homes going from Cape Cod's, the one right across the street from me, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, was a Cape Cod. I just want to make sure that the tax assessor is there when they get their CO and they're billed at the right amount. Now, this is going on all through town. That's one way to get some revenue in. Cannabis, I don't know, Chief, what's it open from when?
Extended the hours, but yeah.
I want them open 24 hours. I'm not kidding. They're out on the highway, they're not near anybody. Try to get any revenue you can get in. And that's where we hurt. We don't bring in enough in revenue. It's just not coming in. And right now, I can't tell you how I vote. I don't like my tax bill. But you guys I've seen the dispatchers. I go drop pills, that are old and stuff. I just don't know where you look at it, but I think the referendum is a great idea. And because when I asked for a referendum years ago, they didn't want to do it. We've got an election coming up, why not a referendum? But I'd like to say other things. I'm going to talk to the audience.
Linda, can you just...
I got to address you.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm the audience.
Yeah. We get people who go online, okay, revel up the crowd. We'll scream from the back. I may scream from the back, but I get to the mic. But there are people screaming from the back who don't have the nerve to come up and talk through this mic. And that's not right. You want to be a keyboard cowgirl? Go ahead. But get up on the mic. Thank you. Oh, my papers.
The papers.
Name that movie. All right, first and foremost, like Mr. Fredo mentioned, I not only was working the day Tara went missing, but I actually was one of the last people to see her alive, young officer tanning in my parents' backyard on Forest Place, and often cut through for those people to go to the pit. You don't know what the pit is, ask my dispatchers. They know what that place is. Tara's cutting through and says, "Hey, Officer Pinto, how are you?" And I know Bob Davidson, you were her dare officer. And I was one of the last people to see her alive. She said, "I'm going to the mall to meet my boyfriend," and the rest was explained. And Mr. Fredo's absolutely right. This town dropped the ball on doing anything worthwhile to the Galfo family, who Tara's 3 aunts were my babysitters growing up. So we talked about the Kiernans, the Boniface, and the Judge family. The Galfo is right there, and Tara absolutely deserves that honor. Linda just mentioned revenue. I had it up there in my budget presentation. The police department is doing all we can to increase revenue, and all we have done. Cannabis revenue's down, so is the revenue generated as a result of not having a police officer there when we were bringing in $325,000 because officers sit and work security. They've since fired us, but we continue to do what we can. Officers willing to work as far as Fairlawn and other municipalities so we can continue to bring that revenue in, let alone the highest revenue brought into this municipal court since 2008, which averages about $188,000. I have those charts, I have those numbers as provided to me by the court. I'm pretty good with numbers. Mr. Warren mentioned, I know he left, I'm sorry that he did. I'm sorry, he's in the back now. I can tell you my department, and I tell this committee, I have the utmost professionals. Obviously, there's some emotions in this room. The ambulance corps was originally brought up by Mr. Warren. I was here that night, and Mr. Davidson has clarified that. Why there was no staff here? Because our chief wouldn't allow it at the time. I didn't ask these officers to be here. I didn't tell anyone they had to be here tonight. They came because they know we're a family, and I run my police department completely different, and through my help, through the help of these people, we brought this police department to the heights that it is now. You may not know, you may not have been around here. This department lacked and we no longer do that. I asked that you look at all options. You talked about shared services, and even with your numbers, if they're right, and I asked that you share those numbers. I have had nothing shared to me from the administrator's office, from the mayor's office, other than the mere, I got to meet Ms. Carpio when she sat in my office and said, by the way, I visited the county, and we're looking at the shared services. I could help you. I got my radio quotes. It's almost $500,000. You want it, I have it. It's from Motorola. I know you reached out. They wouldn't give it to you. I was able to get it from the local vendor. Simple enough. And now last thing I promised to move on. You have to consider all the costs. They're removing our CAD system. And now I have to spend $9,000 on retraining every officer and every, for all personnel how to use it. They're removing our right to write tickets. The way we write tickets goes away. We must go to the county system. Have you exhausted all of your regionalized dispatch looking into it? I can tell you haven't. We haven't gotten a number from Paramus. We haven't gotten a number from another resource that you may not even be aware of. Not that that's worthwhile, because you have the best service offered here in your police department, and you're willing to give that up for about 12 to 17 cents a day. Just reconsider it. And referendum, 100%, I think you might be surprised at the result. But thank you.
Thank you, David. And as we prepare that agreement, we will have access to all those numbers. And yeah, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. So again, it hasn't been officially voted on. It's still in a place of exploration. Thank you. Please, take yourself at home.
Take the couch.
Take the couch. Hello, everybody. Scott Kroll, 189 Lasolda Street. Again, I'm not here to represent the Board of Education. I'm here as a taxpayer. Captain Davidson, I remember you back in the day. I was that guy. I was a dispatcher that took the job away from a cop. And man, they did not like me. And I get it. I understand it. I'm retired off the job. I did 30 years on the job. Retired now about 7 years. Went to the academy with the chief. Guys, I got some stories for you later.
I can outrun you.
But, the blue blood runs deep and it runs hard. All I can say is back in the day, I got laid off for a short period of time on my job. I wish I had these guys to stand behind me the way they're standing behind their dispatchers, because, that shows pride, that shows brotherhood. And, yeah, tempers are flaring here tonight, which doesn't help things, but in the same token, it should show you how much these guys care for those guys. And I know it does, and I know you guys don't want to do this. This is something that you're looking at. But maybe there's another way, other avenues maybe that we can look into before we actually do this. Actually, Dispatcher Gorman actually worked for me before he came here to Rochelle Park. He was my dispatcher in Little Ferry. So, you just look at it and, I know each one of you on the dais know what these guys do for you every day. Whether they cross you at a church crossing, motor vehicle stops, everything. It's just, you need to have the back, and we really need to stop the disconnect between everybody and work together on this and get a sound resolution to where it does work for the taxpayers and it does work for the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crowe. Anybody else? Hearing or seeing no one? Once I close. Good. Can I have a motion to close public comment?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Truinsky and then Teresa. Go ahead.
I'd like this Township Committee to follow up and seriously consider, on behalf of the Galfo family.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
Yes.
That night, as long as Chief Pinto, myself, I was on the block for 5 years.
Yep.
I knew the Galfo family personally. Across the street, That night that I left, I saw Tara at the front door. On the way back, her father stopped me in the car and asked me if I saw her. I spent the night walking in the woods with him, looking for his daughter. The tragedy, the faces and that family from that day forward can't get out of my head. And they moved up the block. They're still on the block. But the pain and the suffering that they had to endure all these years is not gone. And it's still here. And I am 100% on board with whatever we need to do to support that family.
So, just going off of that, I absolutely agree, and that's why I want to call for a motion to oppose the parole of James Stewart. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Committee Woman Pucci?
Yes.
Committee Woman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Committeeman Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Truitt?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Mayor, could we ask I'm sorry, I don't remember the person's name, but if she can give us a copy of her statement so we can incorporate that into the resolution and opposing the parole, because it had a lot of the detail.
Absolutely.
May I?
Yes.
So I think, I remember that was an awful thing. I believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, the first ever murder that we had, quote unquote, that we could recall in Rochelle Park. I think, was there one before? Oh, right.
Thank you so much.
But this was with the baby too. It was terrible. This was, and I recall this too, because if you're a town person, you recall this. What I would like to think, if possible, and I know Michael just left, if there's a way of dedicating a tree or something in her memory, right, to, I don't know if you put it, on town property or somewhere that people, let Michael decide. But I think they have trees on middle and school that were dedicated for people who served on the Board of Education and have passed on. I believe one is for Mr. LeBur, which is Mrs. Raynone's first husband. But I think that would be a really great idea, and I think that people would appreciate it. It was a very difficult, if you're from town, there was just no way you could forget it. And unfortunately, correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, but you said this, the boyfriend was searching, and he was the killer. And, sorry? With you, right. And it was, again, it's a very sad, but I think maybe we could think about something like that, if possible.
Absolutely. We're very interested in looking into the suggestions that you also brought up as well. So thank you so much.
The family's been here more than 65 years.
Yeah,
Long.
so have I. Yeah, well, I know them for a long time, but there's other families here. But we knew her. She's the same age as my middle daughter, so I knew. I just, I knew with the twins, but I think I'm just suggesting if we can consider something like that.
I think it's a great idea.
Maybe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Done sooner.
Well, this is this is not the first time he's come up for parole. Am I right with that?
No.
This is the what?
Second.
Second time. This would be the second time. Yeah. And I know he was denied the last time, so.
I just want to suggest too, the mayor and council, of course, are going to adopt a resolution and send it in, but for those people in the audience, the more letters they get opposed to the parole, the more effective it is. So if anybody, and you don't have to write a long letter, it could just be a paragraph. Just the more people that send in a letter, the better it'll be.
If everybody can pull out their phones and go to Facebook and follow Justice for Tara, the information on how to write a quick email is on there. Everything. Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Moving right along, all items listed on the consent agenda are considered routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion unless the committee member or citizen requests otherwise. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committee Woman Pucci?
Yes.
Committee Woman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Committeeman Mayor Smith.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Truinsky.
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes. The next township meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 13th at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you. We'll see you next time.